Life before kids, it's easy because you can eat exactly what you want to eat, when you want to eat it, and as soon as you have kids you realise, oh dear, it's not about me now, I can't do what I want when I want. So it was a bit of a shock to the system, to say the least. So before I had kids, the things that I would eat typically for breakfast was, I would first of all start with a green smoothie. It would mainly be a vegetable green smoothie because I hadn't discovered how to make them taste so delicious at that point. And I would then follow it, that would never fill me up, so I would also follow on with a bowl of porridge, a bowl of oatmeal after that, and I found that really filling. So that was what I needed for my nutrients to fill me up, and that was, I had this 2-part breakfast every day, quite indulgent when, you know, when it's only you can do things like that. And I remember when I had my first baby, she was a very demanding baby. She's still a demanding child these days, but she's just got that kind of personality that kind of demands attention a lot of the time. So she didn't like it if I wasn't doing anything else but looking after her. And she didn't need much sleep as a baby, and she still doesn't now. She's the type of person who she's just got so much energy that she just doesn't seem to need much sleep. Some days she actually needs less sleep than I do. So when she was a baby, she actually didn't have any naps. Like sometimes she would have a bit of a doze while she was feeding, but she would never go into her bed and have any naps. So I didn't really get much rest from her. And she would like to be entertaining, and she would like me to be, you know, giving her my full attention. And as many parents do when they've just got the one baby, and they like to give their full attention to their child, and their child gets used to it. So this is what had happened with us, and she was very demanding with the attention. And I tried to have my normal breakfast, so I would make my green smoothie, which was very quick to make, and it wouldn't fill me up. So then I would make my porridge, and then I would put it into my bowl, and I would sit down at the table, get my spoon would be ready to take my first bite of this lovely porridge. And then she would start crying and screaming and wailing, and she wasn't hungry because I'd only just fed her, always made sure that she got fed first. And she was just so demanding that she just didn't like it when I sat down and gave my attention to anything else but her. So she screamed throughout all of my meals. She just didn't like it at all. So I could never ever eat a warm meal. She would just be howling, and it kind of, you can't just sit there and well, I couldn't just sit there and watch my baby scream with tears rolling down her eyes and just enjoy my breakfast. So I would go and pick her up and, you know, see what's wrong with her, try and feed her, try and put her down for a nap, do all the things that you normally do, and none of them were working. But she would quieten down a bit while I was holding her, and as soon as I put her down again and try and eat my porridge again, she would start screaming again. So I just got so sick of this, and I just thought, it happened throughout all my meals. It would happen during my breakfast and my lunch. Thankfully, when my husband came home, I could actually sit down and have something to eat in the evening, but I just couldn't have any kind of healthy, normal food throughout the day. So I started eating chocolate bars because I was hungry, I was desperate, and needed something to eat, something with calories in, and I thought, she's just not going to let me eat anything. Like my green smoothies weren't filling me up. I was still hungry like an hour later, and I just thought, what am I going to do? The chocolate bars were calling to me, and so I just started eating them. And I'm a bit ashamed of it because I was feeding her myself, so my nutrients were her nutrients, and I didn't really want to do that at all. But you know, when you get desperate, you're not sleeping. She was keeping me up all night. I was exhausted, I needed the energy, I needed the sugar, I needed the calories, I was starving, and she was taking a lot of my calories out because I was feeding her. So I just ate these mounds of these chocolate bars. They just, one after another, just kept calling to me, and eventually I was feeling really depressed, I was feeling really guilty. This was going on for weeks and weeks, if not months. I don't know how long it went on for. It felt like a lifetime because I was just feeling absolutely dreadful. I didn't feel well. I was struggling to take care of her. My energy was low, couldn't sleep, she wasn't sleeping. You know, she was probably getting the same nutrients as me, which wasn't very good for either of us. And not only that, but I was actually gaining weight. Like, I'd put on about 14 pounds in a couple of weeks, and people said, oh, you know, as soon as you have your baby, the weight will fall off you. As soon as you start breastfeeding, the weight will fall off you because you're burning all these extra calories. But it didn't for me. It was going on, it was going up and up and up and up, and I was feeling worse and worse and worse, and even my maternity clothes weren't fitting anymore, and I was just feeling so ashamed of myself, and I thought, I just can't go on. I was tearing my hair out, I didn't know what to do, didn't have any time for making food. So one day I just had a light bulb moment, and I suddenly thought, while I'm making my green smoothies, why don't I just put the oats and the porridge ingredients. So in my porridge I would have some nuts or some seeds and maybe some dried fruit, and that would be my porridge made with a little dairy-free milk sometimes. And I thought, why not just put all of the porridge ingredients straight into the smoothie, into the green smoothie that had the leafy greens and the fruit, and just see what happens and see if you can actually drink it, see if it's edible. So I put it all together, and I was absolutely blown away because it just tasted absolutely amazing. It was so delicious. I had never tasted anything so delicious in my life. There'd never been any smoothie that I had bought from the store that tasted like this. And it was thick, it was filling, and it just filled me up all morning until my next meal. So I had them for breakfast and I had them for lunch because they were so filling, and the best thing was I didn't have to sit down with a big warm meal and, you know, take a bite and wait for it to cool down and all that kind of stuff. I would just leave it on the side, have my baby in one arm, drink the green smoothie with the other arm, and everybody was happy. I was getting enough calories, I was getting my nutrients, I was not getting any junk food, and we both got really happy as a result. And she started sleeping better, I started sleeping better, she stopped being as moany as she was. We both really thrived on this new green drink, this new thick green smoothie. And I thought, what am I going to call it? I'll just call it a Green Thickie because it's thick, it's green, and I just love it. So the Green Thickie was born, and the best thing was that I piled on all the weight that I'd previously lost. I piled it all back again, unfortunately. So you might know how that feels, but so I piled on all this weight, so all the weight had gone back on again. And as soon as I started drinking these Green Thickies, within a few months, it all came off again, like 5 dress sizes down. I was back to my ideal weight in just a few months. I just couldn't believe it. It was like night and day, the difference in me, and you know, how much energy I had for it. I could look after, we could play all day. Even though I wasn't getting enough sleep, I was still feeling full of energy. I felt absolutely amazing, and I just thought, this is a life-changing moment when you have a baby, and you just think, I'm not the same person. I barely even exist anymore. You go to baby groups and they ask what your baby's called, and they don't ask what your name is or how are you doing. It's all, how is she sleeping, how's she doing, when, you know, she's got her first tooth. And this is the time when you really need to look after yourself. Like you've put your body through a crazy experience, and you've just worn it down so much having a baby. And then if you're feeding the baby, and even if you're not, you still need all of these nutrients to help your body heal, recover, to help you through the sleepless nights. And it is just the most perfect food that I could find for having a newborn baby. So I just couldn't believe how easy it was, and it would take me 2 minutes to make this green smoothie, this Green Thickie. And it was fast to drink, it was fast to make. It completely changed my life, and I hate to think of what state I would be in now if I didn't start drinking these Green Thickies. And I thought, because life is so different when you've got kids, you don't have the luxury of sitting down and, you know, sitting down to a lovely healthy meal that's taking you ages to prepare, and you can nicely chew every mouthful. You just don't have that time, so you just need to do the best you can with what you've got. And if you've got a blender, then you've got everything you need to just get started. And I thought, how many other ladies out there could be struggling with this exactly the same thing as me, that they're struggling because they don't have time to eat, they don't have time to make food, they don't have time to sit down and eat food, they don't know what to eat, they want something that tastes nice, they've got cravings for something that tastes lovely, and but they also want to be a good role model. They don't have time to eat well, but they need to be a good role model for their kids, and then the nutrients need to get to their kids. So I just and the best thing as well is that when my baby started, you know, eating real food, I started giving her Green Thickies as well, and she absolutely adored them, and she was so healthy, and she's still so healthy now, and we all still drink them now, and I just never stopped drinking them. I just thought, why stop? I'm still busy. I'm busy with, you know, work and kids and life. I just thought, why would I stop drinking these things? They've given me my health. They've given me my weight loss, and helped me maintain my weight. They're delicious. I've not found anything that tastes as good as a Green Thickie. It's like having dessert for breakfast, and they're healthy. They're fairly economical. I can just go to the local store and buy the ingredients. It's all whole, lovely food. And I thought, who wouldn't want this recipe? So I thought, I wonder if there's other ladies out there who are struggling like I was struggling, eating all this chocolate and knowing that there's got to be a better solution out there. So I thought, I'm just going to share this. So I set up a website, and I started putting my recipes on the website, and sure enough, I started getting the emails flowing in from people every day saying, I'm drinking these, the weight's coming off, I'm feeling so good, my energy's sky high. It was just amazing. It made me feel so good that not only had it changed my life, but it changed so many other people's lives as well, and I was just so happy. And then the Green Thickies website was born, and I just started giving everybody everything that I could, because I just thought everybody needs to benefit from this. It is truly life-changing. And if you're new to Green Thickies and you'd like to get started, then I really want to encourage you to get started drinking Green Thickies today. So you can drink them for breakfast, for lunch, or have a different lunch. Have a healthy sit-down, delicious meal when you've got a bit more time in the evening, or you can even have a Green Thickie in the evening. It's completely up to you. But I have developed a meal plan. My meal planning system is called the Leaf System. And I am giving you a whole month's worth of this meal planning system free, everything in it, everything for the month, all the bonuses, new monthly bonuses, regular bonuses, a 28-day challenge, everything. And I want you to have it all and try it and see if you like it. So if you want to give Green Thickies a try, if you think that these sound perfect for you as well, then go to greenthickies.com/leaf system. Or you can click the link around this video, and then you can post in our Facebook group and let me know what you thought, and whether or not you have more energy, and whether or not it's saving you time in the kitchen, and you're finally feeling good about yourself because you're able to eat healthy food that's helping you lose that weight every single day. So just let me know in the Facebook group, and I can't wait to hear from you. Take care. Bye.